Imagine a hero from Greek mythology celebrated for epic feats and indomitable courage. Now, picture if this same hero were also the protagonist of errors so grave that they sealed not only his fate, but also that of many around him. This is Theseus, the Athenian hero who not only faced the Minotaur but also committed flaws that echoed through history. Let's explore the other side of this mythological icon, revealing how his questionable decisions shaped the tragic contours of his legend. Theseus, an emblematic figure in Greek mythology, is often mentioned alongside heroes like Hercules and Perseus. Setting himself apart with his noble origins, Theseus was born to King Aegeus of Athens and Ethra, and according to some legends, also had Poseidon as his father. This dual aspect of his lineage highlights a duality, divine and mortal, reflecting extraordinary capabilities and profound human flaws. From a young age, Theseus was destined for great deeds. He set out to unify the communities of Attica, consolidating Athens as a political and cultural center through battles and diplomatic strategies that strengthened the region against internal and external enemies. His role as a unifier wasn't confined to the battlefield. He also established festivals and rituals, such as the Panathenaic Games, which helped solidify Athenian culture and identity. The impact of Theseus extends beyond his political conquests. He is famous for facing and overcoming nearly insurmountable challenges, making him an exemplary hero in tales of courage and intelligence. The most notorious of his challenges was his voluntary journey into the labyrinth of Crete to confront the Minotaur. This creature, half man, half bull, was a death sentence for the young Athenians sent as tribute to Minos, the king of Crete. Theseus's mission was not only personal but also a strategy to end the humiliating tribute that subjugated his city. With the help of Ariadne, Minos's daughter, who provided him with a ball of thread to navigate the labyrinth, Theseus managed to kill the Minotaur, freeing Athens from Crete's oppression and elevating his own status as a leader and savior. In addition to his evident heroism, Theseus's journey is punctuated by themes of sacrifice, betrayal, and the consequences of ambition, reflecting the complexities of his personality and the social expectations of the time. For instance, abandoning Ariadne on the island of Naxos after she helped save his people, and the fatal oversight of failing to hoist the white sails, signaling his victory to his father, which resulted in the tragic death of Aegeus. These episodes highlight a tragic flaw in Theseus, his ability to be grandly heroic but also deeply flawed in critical moments. Theseus is also a figure of innovation and reform in Athens, instituting changes that laid the groundwork for the development of Athenian democracy. His reforms included the decentralization of power, redistributing authority, and promoting a primitive form of democracy that allowed for greater civic participation by Athenians. These actions reveal a lesser-explored side of Theseus in myths but are crucial to understanding his legacy as a true reformist leader. However, Theseus's life does not end in triumph but in exile and obscurity, reflecting the cycles of rise and fall so common in Greek tragedies. After a series of unpopular decisions and leadership failures, Theseus is stripped of his throne and dies in solitary exile on the island of Scyros. This melancholic end serves as a somber reminder that even the greatest heroes can fall from grace and that the legacy of a life is often a complex mixture of achievements and shortcomings. Theseus's first major mistake, which deeply marks his narrative, is the abandonment of Ariadne on the island of Naxos. Ariadne, daughter of King Minos of Crete, falls in love with Theseus and decides to help him defeat the Minotaur by providing him with a thread that would allow the hero to find his way back after facing the beast in the labyrinth. After his victory, Theseus sets sail with Ariadne for Athens, but according to one version of the myth, he abandons her while she sleeps. This act can be interpreted in various ways, as a cruel betrayal, a decision driven by the gods, or even a fatal oversight. Regardless of the interpretation, the result is a stain on Theseus's character, revealing a dark side of the hero that contradicts the loyalty and valor expected of him. The second significant mistake of Theseus occurs upon his return to Athens. In a moment of devastating negligence, he forgets to swap the black sails of his ship for white ones, a signal previously agreed upon with his father Aegeus to indicate his success. Aegeus, spotting the black sails and believing his son to be dead, throws himself into the sea in despair, an act that gives the Aegean Sea its name. This forgetfulness not only costs his father's life but also marks an irreparable flaw in Theseus, showing his inability to consider the consequences of his actions in crucial moments. In addition to these mistakes, Theseus also fails in his role as a leader upon his return to Athens. His marriage to Phaedra, Ariadne's sister, and Phaedra's subsequent false accusations against Hippolytus, Theseus's son, trigger a family tragedy that culminates in Hippolytus's death. Here, Theseus once again shows his judgment failure by blindly believing Phaedra without questioning her truthfulness, invoking the curse that would lead to his own son's death. This episode highlights Theseus's inability to discern the truth within his own household, questioning his wisdom and integrity as a leader and father. Each of these errors reveals a complex facet of Theseus, a hero who, despite his monumental achievements, is deeply flawed. These shortcomings not only shape the tragic events of his life but also offer a rich area for reflection on human imperfections, even among those who are most venerated. Through these errors, the myth of Theseus invites viewers to question idealizations of heroism and to recognize the complex and often contradictory humanity of cultural icons. The story of Theseus, filled with contradictions and complexities, serves as a mirror to the intrinsic flaws of heroism. His faults are not just moments of error but also opportunities to explore morality and ethics in the context of Greek mythology. These mistakes show that even heroes, idealized for their virtues, are subject to human failings, highlighting a deeper truth about the nature of power and responsibility. The abandonment of Ariadne and the forgetting of the white sails are not just operational errors. They reflect emotional carelessness and a lack of foresight that compromise Theseus's integrity as a hero. These actions have repercussions beyond the personal, affecting the fate of other characters and, by extension, the course of history. These episodes teach us about the importance of attention to detail and sensitivity to others, showing how failures in such areas can lead to devastating consequences. Furthermore, Theseus's treatment of Hippolytus, based on Phaedra's false accusations, raises questions about justice and leadership. Theseus's failure to seek the truth and his hasty judgment result in the death of his son, a tragedy that could have been avoided with wiser and more reflective leadership. This episode highlights the difficulty of maintaining virtue in positions of great power and the ease with which a hero can become unjust. Ultimately, the thematic analysis of Theseus's flawed heroism serves as a critique of the idealization of heroic figures, proposing a more balanced and realistic view of what it means to be a hero. Instead of a simple celebration of triumphs, Theseus's journey invites us to recognize and reflect on the imperfections of heroes. This recognition does not diminish their achievements but enriches our understanding of their stories, allowing for a deeper appreciation of human complexity.